Hey guys, welcome to reading. I'm going to go ahead and pull the article up. I posted it in the classroom too, so you can certainly, if you're not watching this now, you can go back and read it. So let me go ahead and pull this up. Okay. So what the article says, news debate spouting off. And so students dive into the issue of animal rights. Okay. And what I'm going to do, and this is always good practice, we're going to look at the questions first. So number one, what did PETA's claim about SeaWorld's treatment of orcas? What arguments presented in the text? Animals should have the same protections from injustice that humans have. So it says then read this sentence in the text. What is the main idea of this text? It's going to read these sentences from the text. Read the sentence from the text. That's going to ask, what does the beginning of the U.S. Constitution show? Ask you about unfair treatments that orcas at SeaWorld experienced. And the last one, PETA's lawsuit is one of the many efforts by activists to grant animals greater rights. Okay, so a lot of this is going to be about how I think SeaWorld has treated like some of their animals and people that are standing up for animal rights. Okay, so SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment faced a whale of a problem in January 2012 when a judge heard arguments from animal rights groups, People for Ethical Treatments of Animals. That's called PETA. PETA claimed that SeaWorld's treatment of killer whales or orcas violates the U.S. Constitution's 13th Amendment, which bans slavery and involuntary servitude except for punishment and crime. It says PETA's lawsuit is one of the efforts by activists to grant animals greater rights. Animal rights advocates argue that even though animals can't speak, they experience pain and trauma, and they should be treated with kindness and respect. In response to PETA, SeaWorld claims it treats all animals in its parks humanely. SeaWorld and others opposed PETA's effort and argued the Constitution was meant to apply only to humans. Many also believe that granting animal rights could create problems for industry using work animals such as police force rely on drug-sniffing dogs. Though the judge soon dismissed the lawsuit, the situation created a stir about whether animals deserve greater freedoms protection. Current events reporter Jessica Schlasky and Dante Brown immersed themselves in the topic. So it says animals have rights. How would you feel if you're taken from your home, placed in a concrete box, and forced to do tricks for people, whether you felt like it or not? Well, that's exactly what happened to the orcas at SeaWorld. The treatment is unfair to them and they deserve to be protected. Humans are just glorified animals, and we have all sorts of rules and laws to protect us from injustice. All other creatures show the same protections, too. Sarah Ludwig, a ninth grader from Belvedere, Illinois, agrees. Animals are a lot more intelligent than we give them credit for, she says. They have brains, they have thoughts, feelings, and fears, just like we all do. So why shouldn't they have rights, too? A view and change in the world progress in our Constitution evolves. It's been amended to give women and minority groups more rights. If changes happened before, it's only a matter of time before it happens again. Animals of all shapes and sizes should share in the privilege of our Constitution guarantees. Pro-people. Rover may be our most loyal companion. However, he's not human. PETA's argument that the Constitution's 13th Amendment should protect SeaWorld's orcas is a misguided attempt to humanize animal. The U.S. Constitution begins with the words, "We the people." That beginning clearly shows the Constitution was designed for the people of the United States, not for animals. True, animals are living, breathing creatures, and such they may deserve some rights to protect their well-being. They should not, however, be given rights that were designed for people. Unlike people, animals don't have a way to communicate their thoughts and opinions. How can we give animals legal rights when we don't truly know how they feel? Finally, giving one animal species constitutional rights will cause an avalanche of court cases by animal rights activists. Can you hear the cries from other animals that don't want to work? I don't like being forced to give milk to anyone, a cow might say. Oh wait, animals can't talk. In the end, animal rights debate is more about the views of humans than the wishes of animals. Okay, so let's go to these questions. So what did PETA say? What did PETA claim about SeaWorld's treatment of orcas? It would be B. They claim that SeaWorld's treatment of orcas violates our Constitution's 13th Amendment. That would be like cruel and unusual punishment. What argument is presented in this text? Is it about school uniforms, cost of education, animals' rights, or the death penalty? It would be C. It's all about animal rights. Okay. Animals should have the same protections from injustice humans have. What evidence in the text supports this claim? It would be A. Animals have thoughts, feelings, and fears just like humans do. Okay. Number 4. Read the sentence from the text. In the end, the animal rights debate is more about views from humans than the views of animals. What's evidence from the text supports this claim? Animals don't have any way to communicate their thoughts and opinions, so we don't know how they truly feel. Animals are a lot more intelligent than people give them credit for. The orcas of SeaWorld taken from their home, placed in a concrete box, and forced to do tricks. Animals are living, breathing creatures, and they may deserve some rights to protect well-being. So this is, in the end, animal rights' debate is more about the views of humans. So it would be A, because I think humans are interpreting how they think animals feel, since animals can't talk and they can't tell us. So this would be A. Okay. What is the main idea of this text? As the world progresses, the people's opinions change, the U.S. Constitution changes too. Giving one animal species constitutional rights could cause an avalanche of court case by animal rights activists. Animal rights advocates argue that even though animals can't speak, they experience pain and trauma. A lawsuit filed by PETA against SeaWorld raises questions about animal rights. So a lot of these, you guys are not, there are some good answers here. It talks about A in the text, but I don't know if that's necessarily the main idea. Giving one animal rights constitutional right to cause an avalanche of court, that's certainly in there too, but I'm not sure if that's the main idea. Animal rights activists argue that even though animals can't speak, they experience pain and trauma. I think the biggest thing would be D, because it gets into basically, do animals have rights? That would kind of be the main idea of this text. So it would be D. Some of those are definitely mentioned in there, but you have to think about the main idea. That's the overall idea, and that would be D probably. Okay. Let's go to 6. Read this sentence from the text. Finally, giving one animal species constitutional rights could cause an avalanche of court cases by animal rights activists. Can you hear the cries from other animals? They don't want to work. I don't like being forced to give milk to anyone. A cow might say, oh, wait, animals can't talk. In the end, animal rights debate is more about the view of humans than wishes of animals. What is the tone of the sentence? Oh, wait, animals can't talk. Is it sarcastic, surprised, friendly, or furious? That would be kind of, it's sarcasm. That's when you're kind of making light of something. It's true animals can't talk, but animals have feelings. Obviously, they feel pain like we do. So the person making that was being sarcastic about it. So that would be letter A. Okay. Read the sentence from the text. In the end, animals' rights debates more about the views of humans than the wish of animals. What word or phrase could replace in the end without changing the sentence meaning? In the end, the best word would be ultimately. So ultimately, the animal rights debates is more about views of humans and the wishes of animals. You can put instead in there, but it's not about instead. For instance, no in particular. Ultimately is closest to the end. And like I can use another sentence, ultimately all of us die, or in the end all of us die. That would be kind of two ways to use in the end and ultimately. Okay, number 8. What does the meaning of the U.S. Constitution according to pro-people section of the text? So if we go to the beginning of the Constitution, pro-people, we the people. So pro-people, it says we the people. This is the people argument that animals probably shouldn't have rights. It says we the people. So if we go back to the questions, it's mostly about people. We the people. That's how our Constitution starts. Okay. Describe the unfair treatment the Orca SeaWorld experience, including details from animal rights. It's basically they're just, let me see about the orcas. So when they put whales or any animal in a zoo, they're taking them out of their natural environment. And obviously whales have the whole ocean to swim in. So when they're put into like SeaWorld, they're in like a little pen. So they're taken out of their natural environment. So that's really what they're saying. They're placed in concrete boxes and forced to do tricks for people. You know, same thing with lions, tigers in a zoo. They're placed like in a little pen. And if you think about it, normally they have wherever their habitat is, they have the unlimited room to roam. So it's just about being placed in like little pen or that little pool or whatever it would be. So that would be kind of the unfair treatment. Number 9. Or number 10. So PETA's lawsuits is one of the many efforts of activists to grant animals greater rights. Using evidence from the text, make an argument for or against giving animals greater rights. So what you would do for that one, it's really up to you. So you can either take something from animals have rights, if you want to make a case for animals having rights. And if you don't, you're going to take an argument from the pro-people about why they don't deserve the same rights as humans. Okay, so this is posted. You can go ahead and once again, I'm going to show you, if you want, you can always hit this little button right here, the play button. And this will play the article. So if you want to listen to it while you read, you certainly can. Or if you just want to read on yourself, that's fine too. So I'll go ahead and post this. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week.